Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're just getting started with the version control or you have been putting off setting up the Git on your Windows machine, today is the day we will fix that. In this tutorial, I will walk you through downloading, installing, and configuring the Git on your Windows from the scratch. It's super simple, so let's begin. The first thing you need to do is that you need to go to the browser, and the browser you need to search for download Git, and this is the official website git-scm.com. Always download Git from the official website, never use random third-party sources. Now click on this one over here. If you're using the Windows, just click on Windows. If you're using Mac OS or Linux, just click respectively. I'm using the Windows right now. Let me click over here. Click here to download, and it will start downloading the Git. Now, once the file has been downloaded, what we need to do is that we just need to double click on this one. You will get a user control pop-up, and here you need to press yes, and you will see a general public license. Simply click on next. This is the location where Git will be installed, and I would recommend that go with this default path right now. Just click next. But before that, you need to ensure that you should have at least 330 MB of free space. So if you don't have that space, you will having issues. So simply click on next. Now here you see that there's some different options like Windows Explorer, Git Bash here, Git UI. So again, go with the default options over here. And then in terms of setup the create program shortcuts, so click yes. And then here it asks for the editor. So you need to choose the default editor which needs to be used by the Git. So I would recommend again go with the Vim editor as a Git's default editor. You can change from here if you're using any other, but I would recommend to go with this one. Click next, and here basically what we need to do is that we need to decide the name of the initial branch in the new repositories. So the default usually this should be the branch name which you are using on your GitHub or any cloud platform. For example, if you're using GitLab or GitHub, any kind of a platform. So basically, it needs to be main. If you're using master, it should be master. So for example, if you're using a master on the GitHub, just click here and type master. Okay, and click next. But right now, let me go with the main and next. And here we have basically adjusting the path for the environment. Here basically what we need to do is that we need to select the recommended option, Git from the command line and also the third party software. This is a recommended option and we will be going with this particular option. Click next. Then we have choosing the SSH executable. Again, go with the default selected option. Then again, go with the default selected option for the HTTP transport backend. Then configure the line ending conversation. Again, if you want, you can go with the checkout as is commit unique style. You can go with the checkout as is commit as is. So it's depending on what kind of style you want. So usually people prefer to go with this default option. So go with this one. Again, use the default option here. And again, choose the default behavior of git pull. So basically what happens is that you need to take a pull. So when you're working as a team, you want to need a latest changes of the code from the GitHub or GitLab, and now you need to define the default behavior. So what is the default behavior here? So it can fast forward or merge, which is the recommended one, or you can rebase the current branch. Again, you can do the rebase moving forward when you're working with the Git. Right now, just go with the fast forward or merge option. Click next. Click next for the credentials. Enable the system caching. Install. Now it will basically install the Git on your Windows machine. So once this solution will be completed, what we will do is that we need to verify that Git is basically being installed properly on Windows machine or not. So once it will complete, what we will do is that simply remove this check, click finish, and go here, go to the command prompt, and let's verify. So simply type git dash dash version, and if you see the version over here which we just downloaded and installed, this means that Git is working fine and it has been installed properly. Okay, now what we need to do is that we need to set up few things. Before using the Git, we need to configure our identity. Now this information is basically attached with every change we do as a part of your commit, right? So simply what we need to do is that we can open any folder, we can create any folder. So if I right click on this one on the desktop, if I click on the show more options, you will see this Git UI here and Git Bash over here. So before installation, you won't be able to see these options. Now simply let me create one new folder here, and I'll say Git tutorials, and right click on this folder, go to more options and click Git Bash over here. You can go with the UI here, but I would recommend you to use the commands. So simply Git Bash over here. And once you have this thing, just let me increase the size, you will see something like this. And now we need to set our username and email. Okay, so basically what we need to do is that we need to use a command called git config. So git config dash dash global and user dot name. So if you're doing it for the first time, you need to provide the username. So your username and the email should be same which you used for the sign up on the GitHub or the GitLab, right? So what I do is that I simply press enter over here. So it says your name. So what I need to do is that simply I'll say my name is Sean.Asghar. And now in a similar way, I need to go with my, so let me remove this from here. So user dot email, and here I need to provide my email. So you need to provide the email through which you have signed up your GitHub account. Now press enter. Now I run these commands without providing the name. So it will provide my username, and in a similar way, it will provide the email, right? So this is the email, and now we have done with this. Once you have done with this thing, so let's verify our configuration. So I will type git config dash dash list. So you will see that these are the things here, my name and email. So if you are using some other credentials, you can update this one anytime, right? Now what we need to do is that we can simply initiate the Git. So whatever the folder you're using for the application, right now we are using this folder. So what I'll do is that I will simply initiate the Git. So initialize a Git repository basically. So in order to do that, otherwise Git won't be able to track the changes which we will do later. So simple git init and press enter. Now this folder is basically being initialized as a Git repository. Now Git will track the changes over here. So this is basically a very basic installation and configuration. So basically what we did is that we just install the Git, we configure, and we are ready to go to our machine. And now in the next video I'll show you how to connect the Git to the GitHub and push your first project to the cloud. And so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. If this video helped you, drop a like, comment. It really helps my channel. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. I'll get back to you. So see you in the next video.